Hello and welcome on my channel. I'm Victoria Moore, a fashion blogger and stylist from Miami. I will really appreciate if you add like to this video and subscribe. It will allow me to grow my channel so I can do more and better content for you. But now, let's come back to the video. So, today's video is all about my mini Kelly. I'm going to go through everything with you guys, so you can really see all the pros and cons about this bag, and of course, I will give you some advice of how to get it. So if you are a big fan of a mini Kelly, then absolutely continue to watch it. Let me start with introduction of my mini Kelly. This beauty came in a box leather, which is super rare, but at the same time, it's the oldest leather type for Hermes house, which makes this bag even more special. The color of this bag, if I'm not wrong, called blue sapphire, and because of this leather, the bag itself is super shiny and structured. I personally dream about mini Kelly in a black color with gold hardware, but I waited too long and even waste my last year quote because of that, because the store hasn't received that kind of combination yet, so I decided to go for this one, which is still super nice and I really love it. If you're familiar with Hermes and their bags, you probably know how hard to get a bag nowadays, especially a mini Kelly. So we're gonna jump right into some positive. Pro number one, it's a perfect bag for evening and can be perfectly be dressed up and dressed down depending on what you need or want. The second pro is the fact that you can wear a mini Kelly as a crossbody bag, which will allow you to be hands-free, especially if you are somewhere in a club, you don't want to have your bag, but you want to dance without holding anything in your hands, which for me was one of the reasons why I decided to get this bag instead of Kelly Pechet. Pro number three is the leather. I think the fact that it's such a rare leather makes this bag more special and valuable, but also the fact that this bag, because of that, keep your shape so good and age so beautifully. You can search in Google vintage Hermes Kelly in box leather to see how nicely this leather aged. And the last pro, but not least, the fact that this bag a great investment because of the demand, timeless look, inflation, and so many more reasons. That's why they're worth minimum double from the minute when you purchase them. Speaking of cons, I want to say that probably con number one, that it's so hard to reach for what is inside of the bag, especially when the bag is new because of such a dense structured leather. Another con is again about the leather. Yes, it's a beautiful structured and rare type of leather, but because of its shiny finish, it's so easy to scratch this bag, so you need to be extra careful, especially if you want to keep the value of this bag. And probably third and last con, the price of the bag, including the fact that to get offered this bag you need to spend even more than the price of bag itself. Yes, we all know that it's a great investment and that we can use items which we bought to get this bag, blah blah blah, or even to resell them, but still, you need to be really to be able to spend a lot of money before you could get your hands on this bag. Also, I want to be honest with you guys, it was a little bit shock for me when I went to cashier to pay for my bag, even by knowing that Hermes had recently price increases. I never knew before that the box leather is the most expensive type of leather, which at this moment costs like $13,000 without the tongs. But it is what it is, okay. At least I knew that I'm paying for the top of the quality and value. Another thing which I wanted to share with you, that it will never recommend this bag to someone who doesn't have any other Hermes bags, because this bag an amazing addition to any Hermes bag collection, but I can see this bag even for myself as like my one and only bag from Hermes. If I could come back in time and be asked which bag I want to get first, I will probably choose again or Birkin 30 or Kelly 25 as a perfect everyday bag. And that is it. That's literally all the pros and cons. And now let me show you what I like to fit in a bag. So here is some things which I usually carry with me, and it's a card holder, lipstick, tiny hairbrush, power bank, headphone and keys. As you can see, I can do all my essentials except my phone, which is fine because I anyway always reach for it and I like to hold it in my hand. And now, as I promised, I will share with you my story of how I got offered this bag. So, let me begin with the fact that I was waiting for this bag such a long time, let's say around 9 months. And as I said before, my original request was a black Mini Kelly. I never remember how much I spent, that's why I decided to note all my purchases from Hermes, to know how much I spent before they offered me this bag. And it was a little bit more than 20k, which for me sounds like crazy amount, especially considering the fact that I spent it in last 7 months or so. Anyway, I heard crazy stories that people spent fucking like 50 or even $60,000 and still didn't get offered a Mini Kelly. So I think I need to be thankful. But the most important to get offered your dream bag is to find a right asset with who you will always work and from who you will make your purchases. If you want to build a long-term relationship with a sales associate, then I highly recommend always shop at your local boutique and always at the same person. I also recommend to be nice. Keep in touch with him or her, congratulate each other on the holiday, and occasionally stop by the store to check what is new and always to purchase something. Hermes always changing the rules of game, and what I noticed that now to get offered your dream bag, you need to make purchases from the different categories from the brand, such as home goods, jewelry, ready to wear. If you will buy only shoes, tableware, and let's say some accessories such as scarf, fashion jewelry, you more likely will end up at the end of the list and maybe even never will be offered the bag which you dream of. Okay guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some useful information for yourself. Thank you so much for watching it. I will really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, add like to this video, and to share with me your story with Hermes brand. Bye everyone, and hope to see you in my next videos. Mwah, mwah, mwah.